Why you not smiling? What is the matter? It's so cute. Yeah, it's so cute. Good morning and welcome back to another video. So we're gonna just jump straight in with me showing you the products that I'm going to be using, which is some jam, some clips, my favorite comb, the weave, and a binder. We are starting on freshly washed hair, and I loaded it down with oil. So if it looks super greasy, that is exactly why. I put a bunch of leave-in and a bunch of oil, and I blow dried it. I think I said this before, but I feel like you should definitely put a little bit of something in your hair before you get some braids. However, listen to your braider or your stylist, but this is just my personal opinion. Now, y'all know that I always started with a middle part because whatever I do on one side, I usually do on the other. And it just helps me with the guidance of where the braids are going to be. So that's what you see me doing right now. Just going over this middle part. And I think you guys should too. I really do think that it helps a lot. And it ain't got to be perfect right now because you will be going back over it again. Now we are going to be doing some jumbo knotless braids today. When it comes to my kid hair, this is definitely one of my favorite styles because it's quick. It is, I feel like it's the perfect size for her hair density. And I can also still get creative with it by using different colors, different accessories, beads, curling the ends. I just think that you could do a lot with such a simple style, and that's why it's always my go-to. Now, with my jumbo knotless braids on my daughter, it's really just like 3 rows. You'll see me just do 2 in the back, which I'm doing the first one right now, where I part from the top of her ear to where that middle part is. You know, we're going to always clean it up and go over it with the jam and the comb. Lately, I've been using like the same comb over and over again, which is the comb that's in my hand. I'm coming to terms with it is very important on the type of comb you use. You do want it to have like a slightly sharp edge to it. So what I did with this comb was I bought it from Amazon. I bought a pack and I was able to take. So what I did was I bought a nail filer from the beauty supply store and I just sharpened like the edge of the comb. And I made sure that I didn't sharpen it too much because I know that if it's too sharp, I could potentially, hurt someone when parting their scalp. So just be aware of that if you do decide to, buy you a comb and you realize like, oh, the edge isn't that sharp and I feel like it's affecting my parting. Just get a nail filer and sharpen it. But again, like I said, just be very, very careful that you don't sharpen it too much. I always tend to go over my parting. Sometimes a part may look straight. And then when you get to pulling the hair down or moving the hair around or even start to braid, you realize that a part is not straight. So just make sure you are going over things. Again, like I always say, it doesn't have to be perfect, just up to your standards. But that is one thing that I have noticed. Like some people have moving scalps where you'll think a part is straight until you start moving their scalp around and you realize it's not straight at all. So yeah, when you are parting, make sure the comb is, sharp. Make sure you're moving the hair around so that you can figure out if the part is where it needs to be. If not, go over it as many times as you please. So, as always, you're going to see me put jam on the part or the braid or the hair. And not too much because I don't like putting a lot on there. but just enough to whereas you feel like, okay, well, this is going to make sure that every hair is in place and that it is nice and sleek. Always remember to comb it in and comb it through the whole section of hair, not just like the top. And then start your braid. And with jumbo braids, like bigger braids, it's a lot harder to get all of the hair in like these 3 sections for you to braid. So my tip for that is when you do get your 3 sections and you start to braid, make sure you're holding on tight to the hair. Don't lose your grip. Don't let your grip go. Once you let that grip go, something is going to be loose. One of the strands or one of the sections is going to be loose. Then you're going to want to start to do it over again. And, so that is also another tip that I think that everybody should know. Make sure you are and not gripping it to a point where you're hurting someone's scalp, but just grip it to a point where you have control over it. So when you let one hand go and you start to braid, or you're grabbing a piece of hair, it doesn't mess up the form of your braid, because that also really matters with having your braid, like look the same, look as if it's one. It doesn't look all over the place. So yeah. Also, another tip when braiding, so like how I put and I really think it's called vinyl, I could be wrong, the gold material stuff that I'm putting in her hair. I got it from the beauty supply store. Also, I know it's on Amazon, and I will put the link below. But I wanted the gold piece to really show. So what you'll see me doing is you'll see me grabbing her natural hair, like her hair, and tucking it behind the weave, and also pulling the gold pieces forward, like in front of that section, so that you can actually see it. Not only do I do it so that you can see like the gold pieces or the pink hair, but I also do it because it helps with her flyaways. Like when you're tucking the hair, the natural hair behind the braid, it tends to hide the natural hair. And that helps with putting or not seeing so much of the flyaways. Also, you can add a little jam, a little grease, a little gel. That also help with tucking those flyaways away while you are braiding, or while you are tucking her hair, because that's really what it is. I'm just tucking her hair behind the weave. So yeah, this is the style. Very easy, very simple, very straight to the point. Now, I feel like me doing this is kind of repetitive. So I'm going to be popping in and out when I feel like I need to tell you guys something, or when I feel like there's an important tip. But for the most part, I feel like this is self-explanatory, especially if you already know how to braid. And the fact that it's not on the scalp, because I know a lot of people struggle with braiding on the scalp. I really feel like anybody could do this. And again, it does not have to be perfect. Honestly, you guys, it just needs to be, in my opinion, like cute and acceptable for like you and your daughter, or you and your client. Like, don't worry about what nobody else is saying. Just get in there and just do the hair. And as you do it, continue to do it, you'll get better at it. You'll learn, like, oh, well, last time I did this, I didn't like the way that this turned out, so let me change this. Like, as you do this more, I promise you'll figure out like your ways and your techniques, and what works for you or what don't work for you. And remember, I've been doing this for a while. So, and even now, sometimes I still mess up because you just learn every time you do it. You just learn. You just point things out. You just got to keep trying. So yeah, I probably is gonna be popping in and out, but for the most part, you guys, y'all know how this go. Um, like I said before, these are jumbo because of the density of my daughter's hair. So it didn't take long, and that's why you'll see the parts so big. But other than that, you guys, this is really it. Another tip, I said this in my last video also, make sure you are putting the hair that you're not dealing with out of the way. It's so easy to be parting or braiding and you snag hair from a different section, and it can get frustrating. So always remember to clip the other hair that you're not using out of your way. And that's also going to help you so much. I feel like with braiding, it's a bunch of little things that you do that just helps you in the process of braiding. So yeah, that's it. Like I said, it's super repetitive. Parts, jam, comb jam through, start braiding to the ends, and that's it. If y'all need a braiding tutorial, like, oh, how to really braid, how to part the 3 strands, how to grip the 3 strands, just let me know. I have no problem showing y'all. I didn't have nobody to show me how to braid, so I really enjoy talking to y'all or giving y'all these videos, even if they aren't the best at the moment. Because I wish I had somebody to tell me, like, girl, this is what you do. This is how much hair you use. This is the parting grid. This is how you grip. This is, like, I wish I had somebody to show me. And nowadays, I feel like a lot of people be gatekeeping, and I don't know why. I really don't know why. I don't know what it is about people gatekeeping products, or, it doesn't make sense. Because 9 times out of 10, even when you tell people like a certain product you're using or a certain style or how to do a style, they still are going to come to you for it. Because it's just, it ain't everybody's cup of tea to do hair. Like, they'll probably try it and be like, no, I tried, but I'm still coming to you. So I don't see a point in gatekeeping, and that's why I don't gatekeep. You ask me a question, I'm 10 out of 10, I'm going to tell you or answer your question. But yeah, I guess I've been seeing that a lot on TikTok, because even I have been looking for stuff, especially with these knotless braids, the boho knotless braids, and finding the right, hair to use, like that right human hair to use. A lot of people do tend to gatekeep like what they use, and I really, really hate that for us. But yeah, that's it, y'all. Y'all see how I don't let go of the grip? I'm telling y'all, that really, really, really helps, not letting that grip go. And also tucking that hair behind her ear. Sorry, not her ear. Tucking her hair behind the weave. And for her, this style, it'll last a week. But we did go swimming yesterday. It was really hot, so we went swimming yesterday. And the only reason that I'm going to take her hair out of these, because it hasn't been a week yet, is because we were in chlorine water, and I don't play that. I'm going to wash her hair and I'm going to redo it. But if we weren't getting in any water, these definitely were going to be up for at least a week and a half. As moms or as parents or dads, doing your kids' hair for the week really, really matters. It really matters. For one, y'all know it's an easy, let's get up, let's go. One less thing we got to do. But for two, I've noticed that, like, if I don't put braids in her hair and I let her have her little ponytail, that it'll get a little tangled. And she hates that, especially when it's time to comb it out. So putting these braids in her hair is really a plus for both of us. Now, this last clip that's about to come up is it's a different view, but I feel like it's a really good view for you to just see how I do the braid. So look, y'all see how this part isn't straight all the way? Even I sometimes mess up, like parting. I would say parting is probably the hardest part about braiding hair. Because like I said, you could think something is straight until you start pulling a section this way or that way. And you be like, this was straight, but I guess not. So yeah, parting, even pros sometimes have a hard time. That's why you just got to keep going. Keep practicing. Do not get frustrated. Do not get frustrated. Getting frustrated while doing something is the easiest way to give up. The quickest way to give up. You mad, you frustrated, you can't get it right, you don't understand. Just take a deep breath. And this applies to anything in life, not just braiding, but take a deep breath and try to figure out, well, what am I doing wrong? Or what can I do differently that's going to help me with this? But yeah, this was pretty easy, pretty simple, pretty quick. I really don't even have too much to say about this. I don't even know if I really want to call this a tutorial. I think this is just more of like, I'm just giving you an idea of something you could do to your hair or to your daughter's hair, and how you can get creative. Now my baby is about to be 9. I think I've said this before, but I do let her express herself with colors. For one, she's really into art. She's already into coloring a lot and making things, drawing things, but I don't see nothing wrong with color, especially something like this. It's so cute. It's the summer. It's so cute, y'all. Plus, growing up, I don't know, my mom she didn't even do our hair for real, but when we did get our hair braided, it wasn't like weave or color added. It was really just our natural hair with some beads. But I don't know what has made me want to just let her express herself like this, because she did pick out the colors. On top of me letting her express herself with the colors, I also ask her all the time, do you want beads? Do you want curls? Lately, it's been a curl thing. So just like the last video I did with her hair, you're going to see me do her curls. Get you a rod. Depending on the size of the rod, the curls can come out different. I got this. I forgot what inch this is, but I'll figure it out for you guys. But you'll see me twist it or, wrap the hair around the rod. And I've also learned recently that it depends on how, like, you should wrap it going downwards, if that makes sense. But yeah, wrap it, twist it all up, twist that rod up, dip it in that hot water, and your curl would be formed, but also it will seal the braids so that the hair does not unravel. That's the point of dipping it in the hot water, whether you want them straight or curled. Now you can do this at home. or you could do this without what I'll call it. I said the word wrong last time. A kettle, because that's what I'm using, a kettle. You could also put some water in like a bowl or a cup, microwave it, get it hot, do the same thing, or boil it on the stove, but just be very careful when you do that. Let it cool down, of course, and then dip it while it's still pretty hot, just not like boiling hot. I also found that when you do it when it's boiling hot, it can also mess up the braiding hair. So that's why I'm saying, like, let it cool down. Like, this is hot, but I also let it cool down before I dipped it. Anyways, this is it. I hope you guys enjoy this video and it gave you some type of idea, something quick and easy to do for the summer. I just want to say thank you guys so much. I really appreciate all the love that I've been getting recently. If you have any ideas, any thing you want to see, any constructive criticism, feel free to leave it in the comments. I am welcoming of any advice. I know there's people that know more than me, just like there's people that know less than me when it comes to this. So I'm here to learn, just like I'm here to share. But yes, thank you guys so much. I appreciate you all. I love you all. And make sure you all stay tuned for our next video.